Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Stephanie. Welcome back to you regulars, and hey to any new people watching my video. Today's makeup look is going to be a date makeup look. So any of you going on a date, whether it's a first date or your 25th date or your first year anniversary or whatever date you might be going on, this is a makeup look that I created. It's a nice glamorous, easy, quick makeup look that will get you hopefully on more dates. So thanks for taking the time to watch my video. Do give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you like it. And for the regular people, you may notice I've had my hair changed. So I've had my hair cut so it's more of a long bob and a little bit more darker, but also a little bit more ashy. So yeah, my first time having balayage, and also the most one of my favourite colours I've actually ever had. So yeah, I hope you guys like my new hairstyle. But yeah, I'll get started with the tutorial on a nice date look. So just keep on watching. So first of all, on a clean face, I'm going to go in and use this new Hourglass mineral primer veil, and it looks like this. So I've just recently bought this and trying it for the first time. I've heard a lot of good stuff about it. It's got SPF 15, so it means that it actually prevents wrinkle and skin damage from the sun, and also it is a really, I felt it in the shop, and it's really soothing and smoothing to your face, and yeah, it'll help the makeup last longer. So it's kind of white, but it's got a bit of a blue sort of reflectiveness, so it is really good for, feels very silky on the face, so it's going to be good to help make your foundation look and last longer, and just to help with blending and getting the face ready. So this is the first time I'm using it, and it does feel, it dries a matte finish. It doesn't dry like dewy, but feels very soft on the skin, makes your face feel really nice. For my foundation, I'm going to use the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation, and I also just got a new one of these in shade Warm Ivory. I had done a first impressions on this Vanish Stick with the shade Ivory, and this one's just a little bit more of a golden shade. So I will link this first impression video to the Vanish stick that I did, so that you can see my full thoughts on it. So I'm just going to draw this on the face. I'm going to do 4 to begin with in each area. This is a really great foundation, full coverage, it's not drying, and like I said, I'll link the full first impressions video down below so you guys can see it if you want to see my full thoughts. So just doing sort of lines on the forehead, getting lots of product onto the face, and then we can blend it out. So this is what we look like at this stage, and then we will blend out. And because this is a date makeup look, you want to look really flawless and your best self, I feel. So I'm going to blend this out with Morphe M439 brush, and this is a really great kabuki brush, and it just blends everything out without taking away any of the product. So yeah, that sort of feeling of getting a nice date look, so you go to your first date or a repeated date with anyone you're seeing, just looking really good and feeling really confident. So this is what this look will achieve. So that foundation has gone on really nice over that Hourglass primer, and I just blend a little bit down the neck so that it's just seamless. So I always take the foundation and bronzer a little bit down the neck so that we don't have like any stark lines. So for concealer, I'm going to use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in shade Light 2 Vanilla. This is a recent purchase of mine, and I know it's a classic concealer and many people use it, and I've recently bought it for the first time and absolutely love it. It's really hydrating in the under eye, and also it gives good coverage so you can cover those dark circles, and it comes in lots and lots of shades. So I'm just drawing a triangle shape under the eye so that we can bring nice lightness and brightness and get rid of any tired dark circles, so that you're looking nice and hot on that date. And I'm bringing it onto the eyelids to act as a primer for shadow when we go in. And I'm going to take a little bit of it and bring it down the centre of the nose, a little bit on the chin and a little bit through the eyebrows, and this is to balance everything out so that we're bringing light and dimension to the face. And then with my dampened Real Technique sponge, I'm just going to blend this out and tapping motions left to right. And I absolutely love this NARS concealer. It blends out really easily, it doesn't crease, and it lasts all day. It's definitely been my go-to concealer over the last few weeks since I've got it. I will be repurchasing it when it runs out. And like I said, I think when you're on a date, it's nice to look nice and awake, even if you've been having late nights. And the good thing is that with this makeup look that we're doing, it'll go with any dresses or outfits. It's a very sort of classic, universal look that will go really well with whatever colour you might be wearing. I feel like on first dates especially, I feel like I normally go a little bit more casual than when it was on dates with, maybe once you've been on 3 or 4 dates, then I feel like with clothing you can go a little bit more, but it also depends what you're doing for your first or date, depending. So this makeup looks really good for if you're doing something casual, whether you're grabbing coffee with someone, or it's a great makeup look if you're going out for dinner to a nice restaurant as well. So that is the concealer all blended out. We are now going to go in and set it, the concealer, and I'm going to use my favourite RCMA translucent no colour powder to set the under eye. And this just is a really great setting powder. It doesn't dry out your under eyes, and it just doesn't dry out your skin, and it really sits beautifully and brings light to your dark areas. But as I said, it has no colour, so it will go away and be just translucent. So we are going to do a little bit of baking. I'm just packing on that translucent powder under the eye with the dampened sponge that I blended out my concealer, and we'll put it on the eyelids as well so that we're setting that whole area. And as I said, I'm sort of doing a bit of baking here. We're going a bit more generous so that we're really locking that concealer into place. And we will do a little bit of baking on the chin, which means just putting a lot of translucent powder and letting it sit there for a little bit of time. And then to set the rest of the face, I'm going to take a little bit more of that RCMA powder, but not as generous now. And I'm going to take it on that damp sponge, but on the other side of it. And we are going to go much more sparsely on this, and we're just going to tap it all out on the rest of the face where we haven't done the baking, just to set the rest of the face. And this is a really good technique. It's very quick. You don't need to use another brush. You can just set it using your damp sponge, and make sure the sponge isn't too wet or it will not blend as nicely. You just want a damp sponge. So yeah, tapping everywhere where we hadn't put the excess amount of powder. So for bronzer, we're just going to use my new, well, I've had this for a little while now, but my Revolution Vivid Baked Bronzer, and this is in shade Ready to Go. So this does come in different shades, and it's a really lovely bronzer and really affordable. It was from Superdrug. I think it was like £3 or £4, and I'm going to bring it on a E2 Morphe brush, which is a nice big bronzing brush, and we're going to just warm up those cheeks and start along from the ear, along the cheeks, and then we're going to bring this up to the forehead, to the temples, to bring a bit of bronze, but also to bring a little bit of soft contour. So like I said, this bronzer, for the price, I really love it, and it's not too sparkly. It's more minerally feeling rather than being glittery, so it does look really nice on the face. And like I said, they do come in other shades, so if you've got different skin tone to myself, you can get darker or lighter ones. And we're going to bring a little bit of bronzer down the neck so that we can just warm that up and have no harsh lines, and also we're bringing a little bit of contour. That is the bronzing done. We're now going to go on to blusher. I'm going to use the Becca Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to use the blush in the centre, which is shade Amaretto. So it's like this brownie, nice blush, so it's going to give us a little bit of a bronzy look without being too bronzy, if that makes sense. And I'm going to take that on a Morphe E4 brush, which is a lovely blush brush. I'm going to bring that on the apples of the cheek and then just pull it back. I love this palette, it's so great. It's got the highlighters and also got the blushes, so it's just a really great palette with lovely pigmentation. And this one is It doesn't have sparkle in it, so it's nice. It's just a lovely blush to give a little bit of a bronzy, glamorous date look. So for highlighters, I am going to use my new highlighter that I got. No surprise, it is a Becca highlight, and it's Shimmering Skin Perfector in Pressed Powder Moonstone. So this is a lovely, lovely highlight. I had seen it many times in the shop at Space NK and thought, oh wow, it looks so nice, and it looks like this. It's basically lighter than Champagne Pop and also lighter than Prosecco Pop. I'll just swatch it for you. It's a lovely whitey, very light, and I'll just show you what it looks like on the back of the hand. It's there it is. So yeah, it's a very, very light, a light golden shade, really pearly and really nice, but not as light as their very light pearl one. So I'm going to take that on a tapered highlight F35 brush, and we are going to bring it on the high points of the cheek and just sweep it along the cheekbones. And then we will pull that a little bit down to the apples of the cheek to bring a little bit of glow, and a little bit on the end of the nose and on the cupid's bow, and a little bit more up there, just blending it up towards the forehead. So that is my new highlight, which I really love. So I'm going to now wipe away the baking. I'm just going to use my 91 Pro Sephora big fluffy brush, and we're just going to wipe away that baking that was on the eyelid and also on the under eye, so that we are removing all that excess translucent powder and brushing it through on the chin where we put the excess powder. So for brows, I'm going to use Goof Proof Brow Pencil by Benefit, and it is in shade 2. So this is a really nice fine nibbed but quite wide, so you can get a lot of coverage quite quickly but also accurately, and it comes in lots of different shades. So I'm just going to fill in my brows now, doing sweeping motions and following the natural arch. So that is eyebrows done. I'm going to go on to do the eyes, and I'm going to use Morphe 35W palette, which is a lovely warm palette, colour tones with lots of different eyeshadows, different colours, and some shimmers, some mattes. So we are going to keep the eyes very natural, and I'm going to go in with this top row second one in, and I'm just going to put that on a E40 brush from Sigma, and I'm going to blend this in the crease. We're going to keep the eyes nice and subtle. We're just putting this in the crease to warm it up and give a little bit of dimension, and the main focus for this date look will be on the lips. So we're just putting that in, blending left to right. And guys, do let me know what your favourite dates you've been taken on or that you've organised in the comments below. It's always fun to hear from you guys. Then on a Morphe M422 brush, we're going to take this top colour right in the middle, top row, and this is just a nice light pearly colour. I'm going to bring that on the eyelid from the inner corner over to meet where we did that blended crease. So as you can see, we're keeping the eyelids nice and light and very natural for this date look. And then we're going to take this number 1 shade on the top row, which is a matte light creamy colour, and we're going to keep that on that same brush, and we're just going to highlight the brow bone to give nice raised arches. And then for the lower lash line, I'm going to take my Morphe M431 tapered pencil brush, and I'm going to go back in with that top shade, number 2, that nice, very sort of light peachy brown shade, and we're going to bring that on the lower lash line just to give a little bit of dimension to the eye. And that is the eyeshadows done. We are now going to go on and do some black liner. I'm going to use the Maybelline Lasting Drama Gel Liner, and I'm going to take my favourite Sigma Angled E65 brush. We're just going to do a very thin winged liner. So this is really, really black and really, really nice. So we've kept the eyes very, very natural. So we will give a little bit of drama with some eyeliner. So I'm just going to draw this starting on the inner corner and then pulling along the top lash line so that we're keeping it really, really tight to the lash, where the lashes are. So I have just done a little wing black liner, and I've done the waterline again with that gel liner, and I'm just going to repeat on the waterline, again on the E65 brush from Sigma, just doing along the lower lash waterline so that we can just give that little bit of pop to the eye. Then we are going to go on and use the Better Than Sex Too Faced mascara in black, and we're going to put this on the upper and lower lashes. So that is the mascara done, and to finish the look I'm going to go in with Makeup Forever lipstick in Artist Rouge, which is just this lovely, really vibrant red. And I think for a date look it's nice to have a bit of pop of colour, and something that sort of attracts people to your lips is, from psychology or what I've heard, draws people in to look at your lips means that they're more likely to kiss you. So if you're on a date wearing red, symbolising love and romance, subconsciously you're giving out messaging of kiss me, which I think would be quite what most people probably want on a date anyway. Or it's just a great colour and looks really striking and glamorous. It's the other reason I'm using red. So we're just going to put this on the lips. It's a really nice shade and really nice and pigmented. It doesn't leave your lips feeling dry, which is really good. So guys, this is the red lipstick and the finished look for any of you who wanted to try this look out for going on a date or just for a glamorous look. Thanks for watching the video, and do subscribe and give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and leave me comments below if you tried this look out, and let me know how your dates go. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!